Sailors and pirates and scalawags we, in the dark Caribbean, on a roiling sea. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. There's 5 in the crew, what are we to do? We've been blinded by a bilge rat, crunched by a croc, drowned in the droppings of a seagull flock, stung by the jellyfish hung from a rail, battered by a barnacled humpback whale, stabbed in the groin with a rusty pitchfork, keel-hauled under a Spanish man-o'-war. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. There's only 4 left on this bloody poop deck. We've been obliterated by an obscure oyster cult, mashed by a marrow mortal, quite an insult, electrocuted by an eldritch eel, an ancient elder our souls did steal, livers all black from years of rum. I just found out where scurvy comes from. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. We're down to 3 on this forsaken sea. We've been bitten on the back by a banded sea crate, drawn and quartered by an angry sea wraith, shot in the gut with a cannonball, carried off whole by a carrion crow. Our lungs all filled with wet consumption, shocked by a shoggoth. Now isn't that something? Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. It's just us 2. We are so doomed. We've been gnawed on by a necro swine, pickled in a barrel of bile and brine, garroted by a gorilla crab, smashed so flat by a coral slab, burning under the sun in a gibbet cage, feeling the wrath of a mermaid's rage. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. Now it's just me, it's time to flee. But I've been chomped in half by a fossil shark, chained in the well of eternal dark, stoned to death by a mad Jamaican, got heart disease from too much bacon, swung from a noose which did not slacken, gored by the beak of a love-crazed kraken. My health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. Well, you could complain that life's not fair, but the angry sea, it just don't care. My health is gone and the end is nigh. In the dark Caribbean, so many ways to die. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I was but a wee boy, my father said to me, "Son, for generations we've sailed upon the sea, but danger's out there lurking to send you to the grave. So learn your ABCs, lad, perhaps your life you'll save. Now sea monsters they come in many shapes and sizes. Let's review them all now so there be no surprises. A is for albatross, hung around your neck. B is for bilge rat on a briny shipwreck. C is for Charybdis hiding under a rock. D is for deep ones in the great abyss they stalk. E's for ancient elder who'll try to steal your soul. F is for a fossil shark who'll try to eat you whole. G is for giant squid with tentacles of steel. H is for hydra with many heads that kill. Some monsters be above ya, some monsters be below, but the monsters that'll get ya are the monsters you should know. I's for infernal pelican who's got a massive beak. J is for jellyfish whose sting will make you weak. K is
you Scully. Yar, Stinkosaurus.
Oh, right.
Hardy, R.
Good evening. It's Matthew Rose, and we're going to be shooting the last two Oyster Earls tonight. And that should be fun. See if anything interesting. Well, I've been doing some odd jobs today, so I'm a little wore out, but I'm going to be traveling to Minnesota for work the next couple days, so I need to upload the pipeline of some Earl shorts. So we're going to head on over. I'm going to close this picture-in-picture, and we'll head on over to the main room and start shooting. All right. So I hope everyone is having a good Saturday night. Getting ready for the Super Bowl tomorrow. I'll actually be flying to Minnesota during the Super Bowl. All right. Because I'm not very good at making flight plans, but you know, if it was the Kansas City Chiefs, I would be watching it. Kind of want Seattle to win. Don't want the Patriots to win again. Don't want the stinky Patriots to win again. All right, so gonna save that there, and we're gonna. Guess we can start with, since the camera's all the way back here, it reset. We can start with the medium establishing shots. Got all the batteries checked. Don't want the lights to die in the middle of the shoot. All right, so we got the last two Oyster Earls. Those look good there. Okay. See what the camera's looking at here. Okay. And let's see what we got here. All right, Mr. Trexo. Let's see here. Refresh the list. Okay. Oh, I need to turn these off and on, but I didn't set them on tilt and pan. All right, it's going to be a long night. All right, so let's focus this. There's that. Need to tell this that it's a 1.6 times anamorphic. All right, there's that. All right, slider, master. Okay, I still need the pan. Have to look on the other side here, make sure it's turned off. All right, let's reset it. Reset. Hit pan. There we go. Okay. So I'll be in Minnesota until Tuesday, and then I'll come back, and I bought some gels from B&H Video in New York, and they got waylaid at the Denver FedEx facility, so B&H said they'd send me some new ones. So I'm hoping to shoot the castle middle of next week with these new gels. Okay, so now let's see here. There's this and then this. Get the Trexo going. Mr. Trexo, Mr. Trexo. Okay. Here we go, Mr. Trexo. Connect and pair. Okay. And then it's taking its sweet time pairing. There it goes. Joystick up. Hey, look at that. Okay. I need to move the mask. Close the mask. There we go. Okay. Oh, that almost worked. And move it over just a little bit. And just a little bit. And just a little bit. Come on. Yeah, that works there. Okay. So now we'll do the 2 medium shots. And stick their heads here. So yeah, so next week we'll we'll shoot some. Sorry about that. All right, microphone fell off. Okay. Should wear a shirt with a pocket. Okay, so we're gonna finish up 2 Earls, and then next week I want to shoot the castle, which is the establishing shot for the dungeon diving stuff, and then either I'm gonna shoot. I should probably start shoot. Just finished the music for dungeon diving, so maybe we'll start shooting dungeon diving. That'll be kind of fun. So we'll do Drekensinew next week. Get those guys out, and then maybe do pirates the following week. Okay, so I need to load up the dialogue file. Did I charge the microphone? Yes. Then I dropped it on the floor. There we go. All right, so tonight we're going to start with Well Written. I don't remember half these jokes, so I do know what's with Earl. Mr. Ketrick Jazz Copeland, very talented and funny actor. Okay, so here we go. I need to check this. Oh, that one's dead. Okay, hold on for a second. Need to. It's on the subject of battery charging. There's never an end to batteries that need charging around here. Okay, so I've got like 10 or 12 that are always in some constant part of the process of charging. All right, this is the Bluetooth speaker, so I can hear the dialogue. All right, there we go. That's all plugged in. And thank you, Anna. Yes, I dropped it like it was hot. All right, so now.
Hey, old Scully, yar!
Hey, oh, Scully, yar. Okay. Okay, there's an O and an S and a KU. And an LL and an LY. Okay. All right. Okay. Y-A-R-G-H-G-H-G-H. Okay. So this is our first medium shot. Close their jaws. I never got around to fixing his neck. There's only 2 more shots, so only 2 more episodes, so it won't be a big deal. All right. That's making me laugh. Okay. Okay. So, there we go. There's this right here. Okay. And he's just going to turn his head a bit. Oops. There we go. Okay. And Hannah and Jenny worked on Earl's hat. He's got a very classy hat. Got some comments on his hat the other day from a fan in New Zealand. Alright, I'm going to close that just So we have one fan in New Zealand, land of Lord of the Rings.
Hey! Hey!
Okay.
Hey!
Okay. And then I'll move his head on this O.
Hey!
Okay, move him a little bit. Close him up there.
Hey!
Okay. All right, come over here for a second. Do, 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 do. All right. There's that. There's this. There's that. Okay. Now.
Hey, Oscar!
Let's see how that looks.
Hey, Oscar! Hey, Oscar!
All right, that works there. Close them out a little bit for the L's.
Hey, Oscar!
And then I move him just a little bit. Move his head up from there.
Hey, Oscar!
Okay. There's this. Okay, that's working. All right.
Hey, Oscar!
There's that.
Hey, Oscar!
Okay, got a couple of dead frames here, so I'll just move his head a little bit.
Hey, Oscar!
Okay, I'm not sure why.
Hey, Oscar!
There's so much. He's going to sit there and stare at him, I guess. All right.
Hey, Oscar!
Let's get his head down. Let's get his head up a little bit.
Hey, Oscar!
Okay. Come back there. Tilt this in a little bit.
Hey, Oscar!
All right, here we go. There's a big yar.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah! Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
All right, there we go. Close him a little bit.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
Okay. Bring it up a little bit.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep on that curve. His head back.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah! Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
All right. And then we got a couple, just one last GH.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
Okay. I'm gonna leave his mouth open for that last one.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
And then close it. There's that.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
All right, so that one's good. We got 22 frames. Okay. That was take number 1. 22 frames. We started about 6:45. Okay, gonna render that out. All right, medium establishing greetings, and this was well written. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to load up a new file and do squeeze harder. All right. Hello, everyone. All right. Here's the render.
Hey, Oscar! Yeah!
All right, a classic opening. Okay, something, something. Now we're going to do a new scene, which is 134, called Squeeze Harder. I cannot remember what joke that is. Okay. Well, we'll find out here soon. Okay, I'll have to set the camera up 1.6 times, because it's a lens that squeezes. Mask 916, close his mouth. Okay. Bring Scully back to kind of neutral. Load up Squeeze Harder. There's that. And we can also do the Series 13 recap tonight, which is the opening to the recap when I put 10 of the episodes together, and that becomes a video. So either me or the main character has to say, welcome to this video. That won't take very much time. We'll add that to the list of things to do for tonight. Alright, so now we're on shot 1, and it's 6:50. Okay. Move this further along the timeline so there's not so many dead shots. Okay. Okay. It's a long O. O-O-O-S. S-K-U-L-O. Okay. L-Y-Y. This R starts about there. Alright, there's that one. Now, start shooting here. Alright. There we go. So, welcome everyone. We are shooting 2 episodes tonight. Well written and squeeze harder. So we just finished the first medium establishing shot. We're doing the second episode's medium establishing shot. Okay. We just parsed the first bit of dialogue. And parsing the dialogue basically helps kind of know when to close the mouth. I mean, I listen for when to open the mouth from the dialogue, but I have to kind of plan when to close the mouth so he can open it up again. And then one of my little rules of thumb is on long vowels, I leave the mouth open and move the head to the side. It's just a stylistic choice. Art is arbitrary. Alright, and then because I don't like my characters to be sitting still for too many frames, I'll move Scully's head a little bit. Okay, move his head a little bit, move him this way. Alright, so now he's going to open a bit. I'll move him down a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to tilt his head a little bit, close it for the Ols, move him. Alright, and then he's going to open it for the Lee. Hey, Scully. Okay, so leave it open, just tilt his head back just so there's some movement. Okay, now there's a couple of dead frames here, so I'm just going to move him around. I'm going to close his mouth. Okay, and move Scully just back to neutral. I'll move Earl there. Okay. I don't really like how he's tilting his head, so I'm going to move it this way. Move a Scully back. Alright, now he's starting to go ye. Arbitrary. Yes, you are just the punster tonight. Alright, there's this. He's going to open a little bit there. Alright, and then I'll open it really big here. There's that. Alright, I'll move his head just a little bit, move him just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Move him just, actually I'm going to move his head back a little bit. There's that. Okay, then I'll start moving him that way. And I'll start closing his jaw. There's that. Okay, I'm not going to close it yet. I'm going to move him just a little bit. Him just a little bit. All right, and then we got a couple of dead frames before the next dialogue setup starts.
Hey, old Scully, yar!
And then I'm gonna close him there.
Hey, old Scully, yar!
All right, just one more dead frame. Sometimes those get edited out.
Hey, old Scully, yar!
All right, but I just like to have it there. Okay, so 26 frames. And that's that one, so we will render that out. There's that there. This is medium establishing. That was squeeze harder. There's that. Take a drink. Probably should cover my microphone when I do that. All right, so see that shot?
Hey, old Scully, yar!
I like it. Okay, now we're going to load the other one back up. 130. 133. Okay. Open. And then we will do a new take. This will be the close-up of Earl with the setup plus Scully's reaction. Okay, now we got to put the two diopter on. I'm going to clean it off real quick. All right. Gets a little smudgy from use. Okay, there's that. Okay, that should be clean enough. Okay, so I'll put the +2 diopter on. 100mm lens, it's an anamorphic lens, because I like the option of shooting widescreen. They're kind of budgety, so it's okay. And also they have lens flares, which are kind of cool. All right, now you can see the lens flares right there. Now we're going to move the camera into position. All right, Trexo. All right, we're still connected. All right, are you trying to take away my #1 position? Sounded like a cowbell. Me? Is that what the crown means? I'm assuming it's based on the number of posts you make. I tried to make a couple as I assume it helps. Interesting. I never knew what the crown meant. I guess that means that you're the #1 commenter? Interesting. The messages don't get saved on the video. I'd have to have a plugin for OBS, and then some space on the screen for the chat to scroll. So I guess maybe that's something I can look into in the future to see about recording the live chats on the screen. Okay. Now let's focus these guys. Needs to be a little bit closer. There we go. Focus these guys a bit. There they are. Now, let's see if we can get the pan and tilt to work. Okay. That's not bad right there. Let's save that position. Okay. And then come over here. That's not bad right there. Okay, save those positions. Save those positions. There we go. All right, now go to stop motion feature. We are running at 12 frames a second. Arbitrary 1 second video duration. Hit OK. All right, so it looks like it's a race in the comment section between Hannah and Jenny Kimball. Okay. Let me look at these comments. So Jenny was #1, and then my monitor phone was #2. Hannah was #3. And then Hannah became number 1, and then Ginny number 2. So I guess that shows the. So maybe if Ginny kept commenting. Oh, Hannah Kimball. Okay, okay. Go back to position 0, please. Go back to position 0. Are you not going to go position 0? You're just going to be flaky. Well, that didn't last very long. Okay. Oh, buggy Trexo. I need to install your new firmware. Trexo. Tilt and pan. Connect. Okay. Well, the sisters fight it out in the comment section. Connect and pair. Let's try this again here so we can get this show on the road. All right, well, that's figuring out what it's going to do. Let's erase these notes here.
Hey, old Scully, yar!
Okay, bring this to the setup part of the joke. There we go. All right, have you decided if you're going to work or not, Trexo? Oh, you're not distracting me. You're funny. Okay. All right, connect. Oh no, I just got an eBay notification that says, don't miss 300 plus rare Lego minifigures. That's just what we need around here is more Lego minifigures. Yes, Trexo says no. It says no quite often. I need to update the firmware. Okay. Come on, Trexo. Let's close this up. Try it again. Just earning watch hours, watching Trexo. Tilt master, pan master. Okay, connect and pair. Or else I'm just going to have to reboot them again. Okay. All right, connect and pair. Come on, Trexo. All right, I'll just reset these. Turn off and turn back on. Turn off and turn back on. Turn off and turn back on. Okay, there's that. Now, let's try this one more time. Trexo. Alright, if Trexo was a cute dinosaur, he would be a pain in the butt dinosaur who needs his firmware upgraded. Okay. It worked for a year and a half, and then the Trexo company said, hey, we got new firmware. And then once I got the new firmware, it was buggy. And they were like, go back to the old firmware. And I'm like, okay. I just haven't done it yet. Okay. Joystick, move this. Sassy Dino. Okay. All right, now we're back there. Pan says he's going to work. There's that. Come on. All right, that works there. Position 1. Now, move this over to Oscoli. like that one. Position 2. Okay, now stop motion. 12 frames a second, and do that. Now that should go back. Okay, good. Ooh, he's a little low. Oh, I don't like that. Alright, I'm gonna have to reset this. Because the problem is if he's so low, all the text in the short covers up his face. Okay. Oh, did I already lose the tilt? Dadnabbit. Alright. Pan and tilt. Pan and tilt. Connect. Alright, while that's waiting, I can start parsing out dialogue. Alright, close this. No! Why are you not wanting to close? Trexo, you're a pain in the butt. Alright, we'll parse the dialogue and come back to that. Okay.
Did you hear that Patchy wrote an article regarding novel dock building techniques?
Oh, really, Oyster Earl? Was it accepted into the Journal of Wharf Engineering?
Aye, it was peer-reviewed.
Alright, got an engineering joke there. Peer reviewed. Okay. Why is that so distorted?
Aye, it was peer-reviewed.
Was it accepted into the Journal of Wharf Engineering?
Aye, it was peer-reviewed.
Okay, it's a little less distorted.
Oyster Earl, was it accepted into the Journal of Wharf Engineering?
Aye, it was peer-reviewed.
Okay. Now we'll parse out this dialogue and then we'll figure out what's going on with Trexo. Okay. Alright, D-I-D-Y-A. Did you hear that? Okay. Let's see here. Trexo the sassy dinosaur. Okay. It looks like we just lost the tilt. If all else fails, make it manual. All right. This thing is so touchy. Ah. Why are you so touchy? You're making people dizzy. Okay, I'll just leave it with this. All right. Come on, I want it over just a little bit. Boy, this thing is going to be the death of me. All right, I guess we're just going to use that. Okay. Come on, Trexo. don't know if it's my phone that causes the problem or if the Trexo firmware is just so buggy. Okay. Alright, I'm going to reset my phone. Okay. Restart. Just restart everything. Might just have to manually pan everything. Fish or cut bait. If Trexo doesn't want to work, Trexo ain't working on Saturday night, apparently. Okay. Alright. There's that. Turn that back on. Make a note on the dry erase board. Fix Trexo. Alright. A good project for tomorrow morning. Okay, so boy, we are not being very efficient tonight. Okay, Apache. Apache wrote. It's actually more like W-R-O-T-E-A, Rota. Wrote an article. It's like a lot of R's there. Guess you could make a joke about article. Okay. Articles of speech. Okay, now let's try this again. I might just end up having to manually pan it. CLL. KREGAR. RDING, regarding. Extra G and O, novel. There's OVELL. DOOCK. Actually, it's probably just that. Okay. Pan master tilt. Go. All right. Art. Okay. How are the cats tonight, Jenny Kimball? Did you see Yumi and what's the other one? Mo? Okay. Oh my lord. Trexo. I need to just break down and get that. Go back to the old firmware. This thing's driving me crazy. At least just get in position and then I'll manually pan it. This is taking way too much time. Alright, B-U-I-L-D-I-N-G, building. It's really more of an L than a D-I-N-G. T-E-K, we'll go phonetic. N-E EE, okay. Okay, we'll pan here. It's a pretty short joke. Just this Trexo's being a pain in the butt. Alright, Yumi and Fudge are good. Okay, here's that. Joystick, slider. Oh, maybe it's not working because it didn't turn on. I don't know. Why are you not connecting? Let's try it again. I need to put the other firmware in this thing. Okay. Version 2.1 firmware is no worky. Okay. This thing was great for a year and a half, and then they upgraded the firmware, and they forced you to upgrade. And when I was forced to upgrade, things just started going wacky. Okay. Alright, there we go. I think I'll just manually pan this. Alright, let me make another note for tomorrow's to-do list. That. Okay. Trexo manual. Tried to find it once, but it was not successful, so I will try to find it again. Okay, they keep it, it's a hidden secret. Alright, I think I'm just going to end up doing this manual. Okay, I think I'll just do a manual. Trexo's, you're dead to me, Trexo. Alright, gonna go see Coco tonight. Alright. Koyster. Kerrl. I'm just going to call it Earl. There we go. Oh my lord, we're 45 minutes into this and we still haven't shot the setup. We are inefficient. Alright, was it? ACCEPTED. There's actually EPTED. Alright, he's got a long reaction. This is more like OURNAL. Journal of WHARF, WARF. ENGIN, engine. Alright, now we can start shooting. I guess it wasn't as short as I thought. It's 100 frames. Okay. Alright. Do I give up on you, or do I try to make you work? Okay, there's this. Yeah, it's just losing pairing. Why are you losing pairing, dude? Alright, I'll just do it manually. Whew. 7:15. Inefficient. Okay. Here we go. Okay, open up. Okay.
Did you hear?
Alright, there's that.
Did you hear?
Here we go.
Did you hear that?
Okay, close this up here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Okay, just tilt this head back just a bit.
Did you hear that, Pat?
And close for the T.
Did you hear that, Pat?
And then I think he says chi here, but we'll check it out.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Yep. Now he's got two opens back to back.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
So I'm just gonna tilt his head a little bit, open his mouth.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay, and he's gonna close for rote.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay, move him a little bit over here. A.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay, close it a little bit.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay. Tilt his head and open.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
He wrote an article. Okay.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay. Tilt a bit.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay. Close, open for article.
Did you hear that, Patrick?
Actually, I'm gonna close it a little bit. There you go, like that.
Did you hear that, Patrick? Did you hear that, Patrick?
Okay, I'm gonna move the back stop.
Wrote an article?
Okay. And then he's gonna close just a little bit.
Wrote an article?
Alright, now he's gonna close his mouth and start tilting.
Wrote an article?
And following, he's got a couple of dead space there. Dead.
Wrote an article?
I think dead frames. Okay, and then there's this right there.
Wrote an article?
Okay.
Wrote an article?
Okay. Close it for the G.
Wrote an article?
Rig. R.
Wrote an article?
R's in this one. Okay.
Wrote an article?
Oh yeah. So those crowns are like fans. I can save the screen capture so I can show it to you guys. Done. Save. Okay.
Wrote an article regarding. Wrote an article regarding.
Okay. I'm going to open that just a bit.
Wrote an article regarding.
I'm going to close it for the ing.
Wrote an article regarding.
Okay. Tilt them a little bit this way.
Wrote an article regarding.
Novel.
Wrote an article regarding.
All right, so there's this right here, moving right along.
Regarding not.
Okay, and then I'm going to close this for vol.
Not.
So when he opens it up, he'll say vol.
novel.
Close. Okay. And then close that there.
Novel.
I'm going to shift his head just a little bit in this dead frame.
Novel.
And shift it again and open it for Doc.
Novel.
And Doc is a very short word, so I'm going to close it pretty quick.
Novel.
Okay. Since it's closed, I'm just going to move him a little bit. Everything's flopping around. Okay. Okay, open up for the building. Probably close it really quick. I'll see here. Yep. And then open up for the ding. Okay. Okay, and open it up for the tech. Tech's a pretty quick word, so we're going to close it. Just jaw flapping here. The jaw's just open and shut, open and shut. Now it's got a long E here, so I'm going to move it this way. Okay. And he's going to close it here for the K and the S. And just move it just a little bit before we pan. Okay. All right, now I'm going to start the pan. Oh, I don't want to hit the table here. All right. I want this to be back a little bit here. So stay there. All right, now, the other day we did, I think it was 5, so I want to do 2 clicks. Okay. Now I need to do another 2 clicks. Click, click. Oop, that was 3. Back one. There we go. All right. Move his head and then 2 more clicks. Oops, that was too many. There we go. All right, that works. Who needs automation? Okay. We wasted about 30 minutes farting around with that. Okay, it's a pretty quick pan, but. Okay. Okay, open it for the Y. That's a quick pan. That's a whip pan. Okay, there's that. Okay, I'm going to close it for the S. Then open for the tur. Close it for the
Oyster.
Open it back up for the Earl.
Oyster Earl.
Okay.
Oyster Earl.
And then close it for this L, slowly halfway.
Oyster Earl.
There we go. And then close it again.
Oyster Earl.
Okay, I'm just going to tilt this head back just a bit.
Oyster Earl.
All right, I'm going to move the backstop here so we don't have to listen to that dialogue. Then his reaction. Which is really just part of the second part of setting up the joke.
Was it?
Oops. It's an it, so I want that closed.
Was it? Was it?
Okay, and then a little S for accepted.
Was it?
Was it accepted?
He's just kind of jaw flapping now.
Was it accepted?
There's a series of jaw flaps, up, up, up. I'm going to move the head just a little bit,
Was it accepted?
just so it doesn't look like a stationary head with the jaw flapping up and down.
Was it accepted?
Okay.
Was it accepted? Was it accepted into?
Okay. Now he says to the together, so I'm just leave it open.
Was it accepted into the?
Okay, and close it for the end of the.
Was it accepted into the?
And then he says j, so I'm going to leave it closed.
Was it accepted into the?
Okay, move the backstop.
To the draw.
Open it a little bit for jur.
To the draw.
Close it for in, na.
To the journal. To the journal.
Yeah, he's still saying journal, so I'm going to leave it open a little bit.
To the journal.
Okay, close it just a bit.
To the journal.
There we go.
To the journal.
Of.
To the journal.
Okay, and he says, somewhere he says wharf.
To the journal.
Okay, here's wharf. Boop.
To the journal.
Okay, he's got an A, so I'm just going to leave it open for that.
To the journal of war.
Alright, and then he's going to close that.
To the journal of war. To the wharf.
Okay, wharf, wharf.
Wharf.
That's my favorite, one of my favorite jokes.
Wharf.
Dog warns the pirate about running into the pier. He says, wharf, wharf.
Wharf engine. Wharf engine.
He says, inja, so open up just a little bit.
Wharf engine.
Okay.
Wharf engineer.
And close it for this
Wharf engineer.
Okay.
Wharf engineering.
Okay.
Wharf engineering.
I'm going to tilt this head a little bit to the side.
Wharf engineering.
Okay. And then one back this way.
Wharf engineering.
All right, I think that'll do for that setup. So that's 100 frames. That was a bit of a slog. Okay. That's 2. And we will render this. Close-up of Earl with the setup plus of Scully's reaction. Okay. And this is well written. All right. That was a bit of the work. Okay. Now, let's see how we're doing on time here. 1 hour in. Well, we spent almost 30 minutes trying to get Trexler to work. Let's work on that tomorrow. Okay. Here we go.
Did you hear that Patchy wrote an article regarding novel dock building techniques?
Oh, really, Oyster Earl? Was it accepted into the Journal of Wharf Engineering?
All right, not bad. Would have liked to held his mouth open a little bit more for techniques, but I think that's fine. Okay, now we got a new shot, which is the close-up of Earl with the punchline plus of Scully's hearty hearts. Okay. Bloop. There we go. Okay, and the time is 7:35. All right. So, use the manual technique to move back to Earl. Since Trexo is being weird. One more, I guess. It's a little bit off, but okay. Okay, there's that. Delete. Move this.
Engineering?
Right there.
It was peer reviewed.
It was peer reviewed. See, because it's a wharf. Wharf pier, dock. It was P, we'll just spell it phonetically with lots of E's. That's where the R is right there. R-E-E, viewed. Some E's, W. W-E-D. Okay. And then manual pan, hardy har har. H-A-R-D-Y. A-R-G-H-G-H, A-R-G-H-G-H, A-R-G-H-G-H-G-H. All right, 134 times, 133 times. I've typed out hardy RR. Okay, now let's, I gotta stretch my leg. Getting too old. Okay. Been remodeling a house, so been loving the legs a lot today. Okay. Here we go. And Mr. Earl's gonna say I. Okay, I'm gonna move his head a little bit here. Okay. Start closing it here. Okay. Close it all the way. Okay, close for the T. Open for the W. Close for the S. Excuse me. Okay, one more S. Let's start moving him back to neutral here. Okay, I'm gonna pull him down, open up for peer. And then I always like to rotate on long vowels. Okay, and then he starts to close for the Okay, move the backstop. Okay, I'm going to close a little bit more for the Okay, close it one more time. There's that. And then open it for the review. Close it up for the E. Open up for the view. And then he's saying use, so I'm going to move him back for that. Move him again. Okay, close it for the W. Keep closing it. Keep closing it. Okay. Tilt his head a little bit. Okay. I got a bunch of dead frames here, so I'm going to just move them one more time.
Peer reviewed.
Okay. Now, I think I'm going to do a slower pan this time.
Peer reviewed.
Alright, we did a whip pan, now we'll do a slower pan. He doesn't start laughing. That'll work right there. Okay.
Peer reviewed.
A lackadaisical pan. Okay.
Peer reviewed.
Alright. I wish that camera was up a little bit higher. Oh well. Next shot I'll move it up higher. Okay.
Peer reviewed.
It's like his hat's cut off. I don't really want his hat cut off. His eyes are a little high. 9x16 composition is, even after 2 years, it's still something I'm trying to get used to. Okay. Now he's going to be saying D real quick here. Okay. Okay, RD. Okay. Close it real quick. And open it for the R. Okay, close it. Just a little. Tilt him a little bit. And then open it for the R. We're a frame behind, I think. Okay. You can usually get away with being 1 frame behind on longer words like this. Alright, and then leave it open. And then start to close. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. Do one more. And then, actually, I'm gonna leave it one more time. Alright, and then I'll close it. Well, a couple dead frames here. And then I want to move it back to neutral. Bloop. And just one more shot. There we go. Alright, so that was 52 shots. 52 frames. Okay, and that was take number 3. Okay, so that one is done. Render that one out. Bloop. Okay. There's this close-up of Earl with the punchline plus Scully's Hardy RRs. Okay. There we go. Now, after this renders, we're going to pull up the other sequence file, 134, squeeze harder. Here we go.
Aye, it was peer reviewed.
That's pretty good. Okay. There's this. Oh, I guess it really doesn't matter. Okay, so file, open scene. We're going to open 134. Now, new take, close, oops, just number 2. Close up of Earl with the setup. Plus Scully's reaction. Okay, here's that. Now I'm going to get a drink of water. The Super Bowl flag football game is happening. Interesting. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to close this mask. Going to put this back on Earl. And I wasn't happy with how low he was. So I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to do that, and then when I click over to Oscoli, I'm going to click it up one. Normally I've had automation do that, but automation is acting weird.
Hey, old Scully, yar!
I don't know if it's my phone. I don't know if it's their firmware. I'll study that tomorrow or next week. Okay, now let's move his head to the front. Back to this position 1. And then Oscoli, position 1-ish. And then we'll parse out the dialogue. Alright, so let's parse out the dialogue.
Did you hear that the captain wanted Patchy to find milk for his tea on the ship, but he was unsuccessful?
Oh, really, Oyster Earl? How was Patchy trying to do that?
By pulling on the rudder.
Alright, I don't know if this joke is funny. Patchy's looking for milk on the ship, and instead of pulling on a cow's udder, he pulls on the ship's rudder. Not every joke can be amazing. I don't know. I think I stole this from an online pirate joke. Okay. The pipeline must be filled, sometimes with jokes that may not be funny. Okay. Alright, did ya... Oops. Did you hear that? T-H-E-C-A. A-P-T-A-I-N, Captain. Alright, W-A-N-T-E-D. Alright, P-A-T-C-H-Y. Okay. So he had a long setup in order to motivate Patchley to go look for milk on a ship. M-I-L-K-K. For his... T-E-A. And I had to mention the ship, so I got the rudder in there. I don't know, it may not be the funniest. Rudder udder. Maybe Patchy's hard of hearing. Okay. Ginny Kimball says funny-ish. You know, ish is good. It's a tea joke. Ginny likes tea. It's tea adjacent. Oh, there's no pan here. I think it's but he was unsuccessful.
But he was unsuccessful?
But he was... There's the S-U-N. It's humor adjacent. Yeah. Darn it. Okay. All right. Bloop. successful. Two E's for the schwa. F-U-L-L. All right, pan there. O-H-H-H-R-E-A-L-L. I say L really a lot. Or O'Skelly says it really a lot. Who writes these jokes? All right, E-R-R-L, Earl. It's actually moving to the L right there. All right, now the second part of the joke. How was P-A-T-C-H-Y C-H-Y-T-R trying to do that? T-O-D-O O-O-T-H-A. Oh, my Lord, that's a long one. 107, something, something. Okay. Let's take a drink of water here. Kind of running slow on a Saturday night. Oi. We are an hour 20 in. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, let's move you back there. All right, now we start with the jaw flappings. All right, then like I said, we will probably do the dungeon diving characters direct and continue next week. That'll be fun. Something a little bit less piratey. More fantasy D&D stuff.
Did you hear?
Yeah, it'll be something a little bit different.
Did you hear?
Okay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Okay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Okay, I'm going to close it for the AP. Tilt them back a little bit like that.
Did you hear that?
Okay, he's kind of on a curve here, so I'm going to move him like that.
Did you hear that?
Okay. Keep moving on that curve.
Did you hear that? Captain?
Okay. Move him just a little bit. And that's probably too much. Here we go.
Did you hear that? Captain?
Okay, there's that.
Did you hear that? Captain?
Okay, just going to open it really small for wanted.
Did you hear that? Captain?
Close it all the way for the D. There we go.
Did you hear that? Captain?
Okay. Bring him forward a little bit, open that.
Did you hear that? Captain?
Okay, I'm going to move the backstop here.
Captain?
Okay, there's that.
Morning, Pat.
Moving just a bit.
Morning, Pat.
Open for the chi, or see what happens.
Morning, Pat.
No, he's still saying cha. There we go.
Morning, Pat.
Okay. There's that.
Morning, Patty.
Okay, he's got There's 2.
Morning, Patty.
But it's going to sing the T sound, so I can close it.
Morning, Patty.
He's talking quick, so I'm just going to small jaw movement.
Morning, Patty.
And then he's saying F, so I'm just going to leave it like that.
Morning, Patty.
Open for the I.
Morning, Patty.
Okay. Close it for the ND. There's that.
Morning, Patty.
Okay. Move the back stop. I'm going to tilt him head a little bit. Now he's saying an M. I'm going to just leave it closed for the M. I'm going to open it for the ilk. Okay. He hasn't closed it for the K yet. So now I close it for the K. Psst. Psst. There's that. Okay. 4. I'm going to leave it open for the his and just rotate his head a bit. And close it for the S. All right. So this way. Okay, just move it just a little bit. And then open for T. Okay, close just a little bit. And then open for on. Close for the N. Open for the. He's just jaw flapping now. And then he's got a little shush sound. So I'm just going to keep it just right there. Now I have to plan ahead because he's got a bunch of dead frames here. So what am I going to do? So I got 4 dead frames, so I think I'm just going to do a rotation curve kind of thing. Just kind of just do some acrobatics while we're killing time here. Okay, there's that. 2 more frames. Okay, open for the word but. This is like close. Okay. All right. But he was. Okay, close it a little bit for was. That. Open for on. Okay, I'm gonna move the back stop. Okay, close this in. I'm gonna say just a little bit for the N and the S. And then a little bit for the S. Okay. I'm gonna open this for the UC. Close it for the S. Open it up for the schwa sound. Okay, that works. Close it for this next S. Okay, and then open for the full. Okay. I'm gonna leave it, just rotate his head a bit. There's that.
Was unsuccessful?
All right, now I think I'm going to do the whip pan.
Was unsuccessful?
All right, which was 2 clicks. Oh, and I was going to go up 1, 2. So there's that, and then up 1 click. Oops, that's 2 clicks. And that's back to where it was. Oh, come on. All right, this is kind of a mess. All right, I made a mess of things here. All right, I need to go up 1 click. There it goes.
Was unsuccessful?
Okay, and he says L already. There's that.
Was unsuccessful?
Now, I need to move this to.
Was unsuccessful? Oh.
That works. Okay, I like the framing too. Wonder if I want to move this one more or not. Yeah, kind of like that a little bit better.
Was unsuccessful? Oh.
Yeah, that works.
Was unsuccessful? Oh.
All right, so that's our last pan, isn't it? No, I got one more pan.
Was unsuccessful? Oh.
I'll get the punchline pan. All right, so I gotta finish this setup here. Not too many more to go.
Was unsuccessful? Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna move that backstop.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Okay, close this Y.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, really?
Okay, he says Oi.
Oh, really?
And then the S. Move this so I don't have to pan, watch the pan over and over.
Really?
Okay, there's that.
Really, Oyster?
Get that up.
Really, Oyster?
That a little bit.
Really, Oyster Earl?
Okay.
Really, Oyster Earl?
Alright, so I'm going to start moving them towards
Really, Oyster Earl?
Earl. And then I'll move them back
Really, Oyster Earl?
when he finishes the
Really, Oyster Earl?
setup.
Really, Oyster Earl?
Okay.
Really? Oyster Earl? Oh, how?
Okay, open that up there.
Oh, how?
Alright, it says how it was, so I'm with the mouth open.
Oh, how?
And close it for this S. Okay.
Oh, how was?
Okay, there we go.
Oh, how was? Oh, how was Pat?
Okay, close this. Bloop.
Oh, how was Pat?
And then open it up for the chi.
Oh, how was Patchy?
Okay, and it says chi try.
Oh, how was Patchy?
So, try that right there.
Oh, how was Patchy try?
Okay, and then he says ing. I might close it.
Oh, how was Patchy trying?
That works. That's the problem about working on twos.
Oh, how was Patchy trying to?
You can't catch every syllable.
Oh, how was Patchy trying to?
And then he says, I'm going to open up just a little bit more for his do.
Oh, how was Patchy trying to do?
Okay. Close it a little bit.
Oh, how was Patchy trying to do?
And then open up for that.
Oh, how was Patchy trying to do that?
Okay, there's that. And then close with the T.
Oh, how was Patchy trying to do that?
All right, now I got a couple of dead frames to fill. Bloop.
How was Patchy trying to do that?
Okay. There's that.
How was Patchy trying to do that?
By pulling on the rudder.
How was Patchy trying to do that?
All right. That was a bit. Okay, it's 109 frames on the longer side. We started about 750. Okay. Okay, that was shot 2. We're going to open the mask here. And this is a close-up of Earl with the setup, and this is squeeze harder. Okay, there's that. Take a drink while that renders. No ice to crunch. Jenny will be happy. What are dead frames? Dead frames are when there's a frame that needs to get shot, but there's no dialogue. And I want to move the head during that dead frame. So not every frame has dialogue, and usually it's between phrases or at the beginning or at the end of a phrase.
Did you hear that the captain wanted Patchy to find milk for his tea on the ship, but he was unsuccessful?
Oh, really, Oyster Earl? How was Patchy trying to do that?
Now, I don't know if that's industry jargon. I just call it a dead frame because there's nothing going on in the frame. That was pretty good. Okay, let's do our second to last shot because I want to do that recap as well. All right, that's good there. It's going to be new, close-up of Earl with punchline plus Scully's her. Okay. Now, put him back to neutral, close his mouth. And there's that. And there's this. Okay. Now I gotta close all this. There's that.
Oh, really, Oyster Earl? How was Patchy trying to do that?
Okay, here we go.
By pulling on the rudder.
By pulling on the rudder. Okay. Okay, there's BY. PULLING. ONTHE. There's D. RUD. DER. Yeah, there's not that many R's. All right, so here's some dead frames right here. There's nothing going on. An empty frame, a blank frame. That's where I think I'll put the pin right here. X. All right, so I'll do the slow pan. Okay, HARDY. All right, ARGHGH, ARGHGH. All right, ARGHGH. Okay, our penultimate shot, because I want to do that recap. By. Okay. There we go.
By.
All right, and I'm going to close his mouth here.
By.
I don't like that. Okay. Let's do another one. Retake. All right, so this is take 4. 3 was a bad take. It's 8-10. There we go. Okay, there's this, and then there's that. All right, because buy is really quick. So I just want one frame open, one frame closed.
Buy.
Okay, I was trying to debate whether I wanted his mouth open larger.
Buy.
Okay.
Buy.
Okay.
Buy. Put. By pulling. By pulling. By pulling on.
Alright, and rudder's kind of the
By pulling on.
the punchline joke, the punchline word.
By pulling on.
So I'm going to turn his head.
By pulling on the.
So when he says rudder, he turns it to.
By pulling on the.
He starts to turn and look at Scully.
By pulling on the.
Okay.
By pulling on the.
And with the backstop.
Pulling on the.
Okay, there's that.
The run. The runner.
Ooh, he's already saying runner.
The runner.
Ooh, he says it really quick.
The runner.
There's got to be something going on there.
The runner.
Alright, here's what I'll do. Okay, I'm going to close it and I'm going to open it real quick.
The runner.
There we go. And then, do I want to close this or not?
The runner.
Yeah, leave it open. Okay, and then I'll close it. There we go.
The runner.
Alright, and this I decided we were going to do a slow pan.
The runner.
Okay, close his mouth. Another pan, click of the manual.
The runner.
Alright, one more. Let it settle. Run more. Let it settle. One more. Let it settle. One more.
The runner.
Okay, he's starting to breathe in, so I'm going to open his mouth.
The runner.
Okay. Alright, then I'll open it up big as it can be.
The runner.
But it's too early.
The runner.
Alright, kind of got myself in a little trap there.
The runner. The runner.
That works. Alright, now close it for the D.
The runner.
Okay, move the backstop. Alright, he's already saying D. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're almost done with this one. And then we'll do one more. We'll call it on that. Okay, there's that. Alright, he'll look up. Okay, there's that. then start looking back to the camera.
Howdy-ar-ar-ar.
Okay, back to the camera.
Howdy-ar-ar-ar.
All right, one more.
Howdy-ar-ar-ar.
And then we'll close.
Howdy-ar-ar-ar.
Kind of did a little nibble there.
Howdy-ar-ar-ar.
All right, so that one's done. And then I want to do the recap. Okay, there's 44. Now this will be 135. Okay, I got render. Boop. There's that. Close-up of Earl with the punchline plus Scully's Hardy R. Okay, now I'm going to move the camera back to Earl because he's going to do the, just really quick, welcome to the recap. Okay. Okay, let that render. Here we go. Okay, there's that.
By pulling on the rudder. Howdy-ar-ar-ar.
Okay, a little chop there. Okay, now this is new. This is series. What are we on? Series 13 recap. That's 130 pirate jokes. My lord, that's a lot of pirate jokes. Okay, now it is 8:15. And we'll just do the recap, and then we'll finish up for tonight. There's this, and it's 1.6. There's that, and there's this. I want it to be a little bit higher. There we go. I think that'll work there. Yeah, that'll work right there. Okay, now recap. Dialogue.
Avast, you scallywags! Welcome to this Series 13 recap.
All right. AVAAS. Oops. AVAAA. AST. It's going to says a vast shoe. Okay. CALAWA. It's more of an I sound, but it doesn't matter. AAA. GS. Okay, WEL. COME. To this. SERIES. It's actually more like IESS. Okay, THIRT. RT. EEN. RE. EC. AAP. All right, 55 frames. Here we go. There's that. And I'm going to say A.
Of.
I need to close it because he's going to say va.
Of.
Okay.
Of.
I don't know. I always thought it was more interesting.
Of.
Even though the compilations don't get a whole lot of views, I always thought an interesting intro to any of the compilations would be nice. So it's not just a collection of the shorts, there's a new intro. So there's usually an introduction, or actually there's the establishing shot of the ship, and then a character welcomes you to the So at least there's some new material in the compilation. Okay. Okay, close it a little bit. Okay. Open for the eye. Okay, I'm gonna close it a little bit. And open up for the A's. Okay. All right. He's already starting to close it. Okay. Okay, he's got a couple of dead frames here. He doesn't say anything, so I can move his head a little bit. Maybe I'll do a curve underneath, kind of like that. Alright, turn it a little bit like that. Back up here. Something interesting to do. Okay. Move the back stop. Okay, close it a little bit. Okay, he says welcome really quick. There's that.
Welcome to.
Alright.
Welcome to. Welcome to this. Welcome to this.
Couple of S's.
Welcome to this.
And then he says series.
Welcome to this.
Alright, and then he opens it up.
Welcome to this. Welcome to this series.
Alright, and this is Seer E. And then he's just jaw flapping now.
Series.
Okay. Back to the S.
Series. 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 Series.
Yeah, he moves it for a little bit.
Series 13.
Okay.
Series 13.
Okay. Move this.
Series 13.
Okay, close this, bring this up a little bit.
13.
Okay.
13.
Start bringing them back to the neutral position.
13.
close it a little bit.
13 recap.
Okay.
13 recap.
Okay, there we go.
13 recap.
And close it.
13 recap.
Okay, like a couple dead frames before it goes in.
13 recap.
Before it goes into the
13 recap.
actual showing of the short, so I'm going to do 2 or 3 more.
13 recap.
Okay, there we go. So that's shooting for tonight. That's 58 frames. Okay, so render that out. Series 13 recap. And I need to come back here, new folder, Series 13 recap. Alright, do it right there. Okay, here we go.
Avast, you scallywags! Welcome to this Series 13 recap.
Alright, that'll do it. Okay, so we are done. Thank you very much for watching tonight. To work on the Trexo tomorrow. Okay, are you on? Where's the camera? Where is the camera? Why did I lose my camera? Camera, where are you? Did you time out? Or did you become unplugged? There you are. Okay, that works. Hello. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we will see you in the future. Have a good night.
Hey, Scully! Yar, Stinkosaurus! Oh, right. Hardy, R, R, R.